Welcome back everyone to our Making It Fun Career Mode series in NASCAR Heat 3. We are coming off of our very first Truck Series win, a thrilling victory at Chicago, and we had to block like nobody's business to make that happen. That, as we looked at the very end of our previous video, for now at least, locks us in to the race for the championship. So with, I believe, 5 races remaining before those playoffs get started, we're headed back to the Extreme Dirt Tour for now. It looks like a race at Taggart. Let's go ahead and click on next race, and we will go ahead and prepare for this race. All right, here we go. So Taggart is a normal track, so we'll go ahead and get our guys up and running on that. Okay, Aero. We'll get as close to 100 as we can. So a fully upgraded car that we have here in the Dirt Tour right now. And then we need to go work on our short track chassis. Okay, we'll go ahead and do the same thing here. And we should be good to go. So let's back out and start the work plan. And there you have it. Short track chassis takes a nice upgrade, and then our normal chassis is 99, 96, and 97. Okay, let's go ahead and back our way out to the race, and we're going to simulate and see what happens. Okay, we'll take the normal chassis and 10th place. Okay, so we're just getting random results here. And now let's see what the Twitter feed has for us. Woo, okay, so we dodged a bullet there. Only one response, and it's a good one from Eli. Thank you very much, Eli. And now we're going to get ready to prepare for our next truck race, which is going to be at Kentucky. So we're not going to worry about these teams. Looks like we have an opportunity for 3 teams if we want to contact any of these guys and see if they're willing to make us an offer. But for us, it's time to prepare for Kentucky. So let's hop in. And if we go under improve equipment, so now we have a little over $103,000. So we've got options now. We've talked about getting up to full 90s across the board. We've also talked about getting the engine and or the suspension upgraded. We have enough money to go to 95 on the engine. The only reason I'm not going to do that is because we've talked so much about Aero and getting finally up to a maximum of 90s on all of the parts. So we'll start there. We'll go ahead and purchase this upgrade. And now let's come into adjust work plan real quick. So we're going to work on the Speedway chassis for Kentucky and then also the short track for Eldora. Okay, so engine, no surprise here. We'll put Jillian on that. And then Aero, let's see, we can put, interesting, okay, we're going to need to do some work there. So if we get Mark here up to, excuse me, not Mark, he's our suspension guy. Chris, if we get him up to 7, let's go ahead and get him on there. And then we'll back out and do some training here momentarily. Okay, so now we put Mark on the suspension. All right, so that is going to put us in great shape there. Let's go to our short track chassis and get Andrew on the engine, Harrison on Aero, and then Stella on suspension. Now we're going to back out and do a little employee training. Okay, Chris is the guy we're going to use for Aero. Let's train him. All right, we got 58,000, so we're okay on money. And I think 7 is what we need. I've already forgotten the number. That's terrible. All right, so if we get that going, actually 6 might have been it, but we'll go ahead and do 7. It's not that big of a difference in money anyway. Okay, so if we come back under adjust work plan, let's see what we're going to get. Nope, 7 is perfect. So I believe we're ready to start this work plan, and then we're going to save up some more money for that 90,000 we're going to need to move up to 95 in either engine or aero, or maybe even our suspension. So let's start the work plan and see what we got. So our Speedway chassis is now full 90s across the board, and our short track car is coming right along that we'll be needing next time. And we still have 54,000 remaining, so a good finish here at Kentucky, and we could be in for another nice upgrade, possibly. All right, so I think everything is done for the pre-race festivities. Let's head to Kentucky. All right, it's race time here at Kentucky. We are starting in our customary back of the top 20 starting spot, so basically halfway through the field. So not a good starting spot, but we'll see what kind of race pace we've got. I ran exactly 1 lap, and that was in qualifying. I don't have a setup for Kentucky. It's been a long time since I ran any laps at Kentucky. So this is going to be very interesting. The car was loose, and I mean loose in qualifying. So we'll have to see what we've got for race pace. I tightened it up even a little bit more than what I threw at it for a setup.
Hold your line, stay up high, stay high, still there.
All right, trying to tiptoe through. The entry to turn 3 is just no fun at all right now. I'll have to spend a good deal of time working on that when the time comes to work on the setup for this track.
Inside. All right, now you're clear.
Whoa, stay down off that wall. Yeah, I'm going to have to figure out what groove I want to run, how deep to drive it in the corner, all those things.
All right, now you're clear.
But for right now, I'm trying to give these guys room and work this high side as much as I can.
Still there.
Yeah, a little loose there on entry.
Don't move. Stay high. Still there.
We may have our hands full as this race goes on. Good news is we picked up a couple more spots. Yeah, the truck just wants to over-rotate a little bit, given how I'm driving it right now. So I'm going to have to figure out how to make the best of it.
Still there.
Ooh. Look out. Alright, so I drove that one down in there too hard. So we are certainly down on speed right now because I am having a hard time making up spots. This is the difference in the tracks. Not all these tracks have the same AI as far as speed. Chicago, definitely a much better track for us at this point with our upgrades.
Outside. Hang tight there, driver. Hold this line here.
Trying to stay to the inside of the 45.
Driver, hold this line here.
Yeah, I just
Inside. All clear.
having tons and tons and tons of trouble with this truck right now.
Hold your line. Stay up high. Stay high. All right, careful now. Still there. Careful. Still there.
All right, you can see we get on the outside of turn 3 and 4, and we do nothing but go straight to the back.
Use it if you need it.
For turns 1 and 2, we're looking good. But unfortunately, overall,
Hang tight there, driver. Hold this line here. Hold your line. Got
Trying
one
to do the
inside.
best I can to hold my own through 3 and 4, but it's just not working out.
All right, 10 to go. Keep it nice and smooth for it. Got one down low now. Got one down low. It's inside. Clear all around.
Got up a little too high there.
Inside.
Now's the time to be testing it out and seeing where the limits are.
Still there.
All right, 9 more laps here in stage 1. See if we can make some sort of charge, because our goal is always the same: get points in the first 2 stages and then finish as high as possible in the final stage. And right now that would be basically a top 10. Not a good turn 3 and 4 for us there. So basically we're right now running where we started the race.
Careful now, still there. Got one down low now. Got one down low. It's inside.
All right, let's see if we can find a way around at least a couple of these cars.
Stay high. Still there.
Really, for us, there's no reason not to be aggressive, extremely aggressive at this point.
Stay up high here. Stay up high.
Because if we finish outside the top 10 in the stage, it doesn't matter where we actually finish.
Still there.
And it doesn't look like we're going to have any shot at the top 10.
All right, now you're clear.
All right, looks like the middle of the track is pretty good for us through 1 and 2, as long as I remember to pay attention on corner exit.
Still there.
Ooh, you can hear those tires squealing. Looking for grip.
Careful now. Still there. All right, clear outside. 5 to go this time. 5.
Yeah, middle of the track is working really good so far. I think that's our best bet through that corner. So if we could just get to a point where we could keep pace with them through 3 and 4, we'll be in good shape through 1 and 2.
Excellent lap. Good job.
All right, if we could hang that bottom each and every lap, that is without question going to be our best opportunity to make speed. Just not sure we have the car that's going to be able to do that lap after lap, or the driver for that matter.
Wow, that's fast.
Our spotter thinks that's fast. I'm not sure how he thinks it's too terribly fast, because we're running 16th, so it's certainly not setting the world on fire. Alright, so we're inching in closer to a few of these guys, but not nearly quick enough for what we're going to need in this stage. Alright, coming to the white flag for stage 1. Yeah, drove it in too deep there, basically on purpose. I wanted to see what would happen if I drove it in that deep, because I knew that was the only shot I had to try to get by Forrester, was to keep pace with him through there. That didn't work out so well. So we got to figure out something in turn 3 and 4. The entry to turn 3 is notorious at this place for being difficult. All right, so it looks like we're going to come home stage 1, 16th position. So no points for us, and that is certainly not what we were looking for. Okay, laps remaining. Well, we're not going to be able to make it all the way to the end, I don't think. So we're not going to pit. And, okay, so it looked like really nobody pitted, as best I can tell.
All right, coming to the green. All right, be ready. That car there's on your inside.
So the only reason to really pit there would have been if we thought we could make it to the end of the race on fuel, and I don't think we could, based on what we saw at Chicago and what we've seen in the past. I don't think we could make it.
Still there.
Yeah, we're just out to lunch here in turns 3 and 4, mostly because of the driver. The setup isn't doing me any favors right now, but it's... This is mostly about me trying to figure out where we need to be on the track and when. All right, great run through turns 1 and 2.
Stay low. Hang tight there, driver. Hold this line here.
Wow, look at that. Look at Sargent get a run on us coming through 3 and 4.
Clear all the way to the bottom, clear down low.
They are killing us through that corner.
Still there.
Look out, Haley.
Inside.
Yeah, we are sliding the wrong direction right now. We got stuck on this high side and
Car there's on your inside.
can't get to where we need to be, and that's costing us a lot of speed.
Hang tight there, driver. Hold this line here. Hold your line. You got one inside. Hold your line. Bottom lane's clear. Use it if you need it.
All right, so we hold our own, at least for now.
Inside. Last 10 laps. You gotta focus here.
All right, 10 more laps in the stage.
Clear
It's
all around.
once again looking like we are going to have no shot at scoring stage points. We are just stuck back toward 20th.
Careful now. Still there.
So it looks like Kentucky is one of those places where we could use a fully upgraded car. So some good AI, at least from what I can tell from back in the pack anyway. We're running some pretty good lap times.
Use it if you need it.
I mean, you can see that. Look at Haley. Just drives underneath us like we're not even there. And easily passes us. Easily. If he's not careful, he's going to hurt our feelings going by us that quick.
Still there.
It's only fair that we try to return the favor coming through 1 and 2.
Clear all around.
And then we'll see if we continue the merry-go-round as we get to 3 and 4. Alright, so once again, you see him making time on us. Not quite as much as quickly as he did last lap, but still very much faster than us.
Caution's out. Wave 'em
Oh,
off
we got a
behind
caution flag. Now, can we make it from here? Let's see if we pit. Estimated fuel, yes, 49 laps. Excellent. So we'll put in one. I guess we might as well go ahead and get tires. We're going to drop to the back anyway, I would imagine. So let's go ahead and let's get a little bit more wedge here. Okay, let's advance on, and sure enough, there we go, straight to the back.
Starter has
All right,
a
that
green flag.
probably is because of the 4 tires, but
Ready.
we also
Green
made an
flag.
adjustment, so any number of things could have caused us there.
Still there.
All right, guys, y'all just keep on doing what you're doing. We're going to try to get as much as we
Careful
can.
now. Still there.
So we got a little bit more wedge in the truck right now. Hopefully that'll make it a little bit more stable for me, but it could also make it very tight on me
Need you to stay on the bottom right
and
now.
hurt us that way. So we'll see if we jump too far between loose and tight. Ooh-wee. Still very loose on entry to 3.
Still there.
Yeah, that was very loose. I could have used some other adjustments, probably to some springs to help that out. But we can't do that during the race.
You're clear. Track's all yours, bud. You're clear. Awesome.
I see as these tires
Hang tight there, driver. Hold this line.
come up to temperature, if the handling gets any better. Alright, that was quite a bit better than I was expecting it to be. In fact, we're hanging with them coming through turn 3 and 4. Even though we're running 23rd.
Couple more turns.
Never mind about
Here we
that.
go. Hang tight there, driver. Hold this line here. Stay low.
Wow,
stay
we are
low.
all
Careful. Still
over
there.
the back of this truck.
All right, now you're clear. Hang tight
Yeah,
there,
that's
driver.
certainly
Hold
better
this
than what
line
I was
here.
dealing with last time. We can at least hold our own
Hang tight there, driver. Hold this line.
in this area of the pack.
White flag. Bring it home.
Alright, last lap in the
Still
stage.
there.
Of course, we are well outside the points, so it's not going to be
All right, now
a
you're
big
clear.
deal for us, but we are not going to be pitting unless I miscalculated when I looked at those numbers.
Stay on the bottom here for me.
I don't estimate
Still
that
there.
we're going to be pitting. Well, look at that. You can see we're holding our own
Nice driving that stage.
on
No points.
the
Good job.
inside. I like it. Okay, so let's see what we got on the fuel. That's really what I care about right here. Laps remaining, 41. Estimated fuel, 46. Of course, we're not worried about tires. So, looks like nobody is pitting around us. And sure enough, that appears to be the case. So everybody pitted at the same time we did. So now,
Be
it's
ready.
just all about speed.
Ready.
So we're going to try to make up as much as we can.
Hang tight there, driver. Hold this line here. All right, careful now. Still there.
Oh, look out. I was completely out of the gas there to keep from running over Fontaine.
All clear.
Okay, I'm going to have to get used to driving this thing after these adjustments. I keep waiting for it to get really loose on entry, so I'm trying to slow walk it through there.
Clear. All right.
Oh, yep, slid it in there a little bit too hard into turn 1. So we'll pay the price for that.
One inside. Hold your line.
Not too bad, though. Minor damage.
Stay high. Stay high. Careful. Still there.
Yeah, there goes the loose on entry. But there again, I drove it in pretty deep there.
All right, careful now. Still there.
we are certainly not going to play follow the leader. We're going to get every position we can, and if that ends up being 19th, then so be it.
Clear all around. Still there.
Yeah, still not feeling it on the outside. That's still not where we need to be in turns 3 and 4. We're fine there in turns 1 and 2, but not 3 and 4. We just don't have the speed to run up there. Oh, look out.
Still there.
Did not think we were going to be catching him that quickly.
Hang tight there, driver. Hold this line here.
Alright, so this race is certainly not going to be one we're going to be putting in the highlight film. That's for sure. We need a much better car to be able to do anything here at this track.
Still there.
So it's looking very, very fortunate for us that we got that victory at Chicago, because points would be
Still there.
really bad.
Low lane's clear here. Low is clear.
Alright, at this point I'm just sort of playing around with different lines around the track and
On your inside.
driving it in deeper, driving it in a little less, you know, backing off early, all those kind of things. Just seeing if I can find something that'll be comfortable for me
Careful. Still there.
in this truck, particularly down here in 3 and 4. Alright, so once again, if I can get to the bottom, we do okay in 3 and 4 on the bottom.
Careful now. Still there.
And combine that with how well we're doing on these guys
All right, now you're clear.
in 1 and 2. Oh, come on, Cobb. Give us a little room. There you go.
Still there.
So we might be able to make up a few positions if we can keep doing well on the bottom.
Top lane free here. Use it if you need it. Top lane free.
Still a little loose. Probably could have used a little bit more wedge in it. Or an adjustment to our tire pressures, maybe. Alright, so we're into 17th, and actually it pulled away a little bit from those guys we've spent all that time fighting with, so I'm very happy about that. Alright, for the immediate future, we've got 30 laps to go. My goal is to get us into the top 15. And then we'll go from there, but that should be attainable if we can find just a little bit of speed and some consistency. But 30 laps is a long time to get it done. There we go, another nice run through 1 and 2. We'll see how that translates. Alright, so we've definitely improved in 3 and 4. Still a long way from where we need to be, though. And that's really what's holding us back right now, because we are getting through turns 1 and 2 a good bit better than those guys we're racing around. A good bit better.
Hang tight there, driver. Hold this line here. Careful. Still there.
Alright, nope, tried to hang in there with Forster on the outside, just could not get it done. going to keep racing him hard and seeing if maybe he'll make a mistake somewhere and let us get by him. But right now, no luck. Alright, we got a nice run on him here. If we can get Ben Rhodes to get a move on. Nope, gonna have to back out of it. So Ben wasn't able to maintain the kind of speed that we needed to make that pass work. Now it looks like Ben is about to lose that position. Alright, here we go. Let's see if we can get another good run and get to the inside this time.
I need you to stay on the bottom right here. All right, careful now. Still there. Still there.
Alright, so they're beating me. Wow, they beat me through there. That was pretty good getting through 3 and 4, considering what we've been dealing with. So I can't really complain about that.
You're clear.
All right, let's see what we can do here in 3 and 4 once again.
Still there.
Still can't quite make that corner as fast as I need to make the pass on Forrester. Now, if he would give me the bottom here in 1 and 2, we'd be fine. But that is not going to happen, unfortunately.
Still there. Inside.
Just cannot do it on that. That is so frustrating. So frustrating. So I'm going to definitely have to take some time when I'm working on the setup for this track and figure out the entry of turn 3. Looks like Rhodes is basically keeping pace with us right now. So not a whole lot of pressure from behind for us right now.
Hang tight there, driver. Hold this line here.
Oh, tried so hard to carry that speed through there. Just simply could not do it.
24 left. No mistake now. Still there. Hang tight there, driver. Hold this line here. All right, clear high, bud.
All right, let's see what we can do into turn 3 here. Woo!
Car high.
He
Careful.
cut me off
Easy.
in a hurry there. And I had to get way out of the throttle. So that might cost us a spot to Rhodes as well. Alright, see if we can get back to the inside on Greenfield.
All right, careful now. Still there.
Okay, again, not terrible getting through there,
Hold this line here.
but certainly not doing ourselves any favor. Okay, we need to stay to the inside right here.
Hold this line here.
Or he could just give us a little love tap.
All right, now you're clear.
There we go. So we're clear for now. Moved up to 14th. Let's see what we can do with Fontaine. And that is a very familiar sight in our mirror right now, with Rhodes trying to get to our inside.
Got one down low now. Got one down low. He's inside.
Okay, we need to clear Fontaine going into the corner.
There.
Nope, not going to be able to do it, and we're going to lose a couple of spots. Alright, well, we're back up. We'll try it again.
Need you to stay on the bottom right here. Still there.
Let's see if Fontaine gives us any room. He did not. Not that we could do anything with it anyway. Oh, look out, Greenfield in our left rear.
Hold your line. You got one inside. Hold your line. All right, careful now. Still there.
All right, now we're just trying to hold our own here because it seems as though we finally made it
Need you to stay up high here. Stay up high.
to a spot where the trucks are running basically the same speeds
Clear
we
all
are.
around.
We're stronger in some areas, they're stronger in other areas, such as where we're at now. Yeah, this is where the frustration can set in. I mean, this is some fun racing. I mean, like I said, we're getting good runs on these guys. Oh, look at that. He's going to block the bottom on me. All right, we might as well try the outside. It's better than staying in line. We might as well have a little fun while we're back here. But you can see just how far in front of me they pull when I'm on the outside in 3 and 4. I mean, it's not even close. $12 more laps. All right, can we get that top 15? We just need one more spot, but that seems like an awful lot to ask for at this point, because we've had to fight and claw just to get to where we are now. All right, here we go. Another good run. And let's see if we can get through 3 and 4 better than we did last time. Nope. I was loose immediately upon entry to that corner.
To go.
All right, that was a little bit better. Still not where we need, but a little bit better. All right, 9 more trips. And we're going to have a nice run on them coming off of turn 2. Yeah, we make up quite a bit of ground on them. Down at that end. Oh, Greenfield. Greenfield, once again, very aggressive at protecting that inside. Doing what he's got to do. As we come down to the end of this race, he has no interest in giving up that top 15. And it looks like he is faster than Fontaine if he can ever figure out a way around him. At this point, what I'm really hoping for is that he will push Fontaine to the outside, and then we might be able to squeeze by. If he does that, we've at least got a shot. But otherwise, I'm not sure we're going to be able to get it done. You can hear those tires squealing. Oh, that's hilarious. This truck is screaming at me.
5 to go, driver.
Use a better setup next time. That's what it's telling me. Or more appropriately, we could have had a better setup if I would have simply run any practice laps. But like I said at the beginning of the race, I ran a grand total of 1 lap before this race started on this track, and that was in qualifying. And it's proving to be basically where we're going to end up running, because we qualified, I think it was 19th. And so we're just a couple of positions in front of that right now. These guys are still duking it out in front of us. And I keep hoping. Oh, look at there. Well, that certainly didn't work. All right, about halfway expected to see the leader coming through
A couple more turns, 2 more.
to lap us as much off the pace as we are right now. Because at this point, even after trying several different things, when do I lift going into turn 3? How much do I lift? You know, all those kind of things, and just nothing is really working to find us any speed.
The white flag this time, it'll be a checkered flag next.
All right, final time around. And as I mentioned before, this is certainly not going to be one that we're going to put on the highlight reel. Yeah, we just needed a much, much better car than what we had today. We had about a 16th to 18th place car, and that's exactly where we come home.
Heck yeah, driver. That's
So we'll
about
take it
20
and be happy that we did not need any more than that we did not need the points. because we had a terrible points day. It's like 18 trucks total on the lead lap, so we weren't far from getting lapped. Biggest thing is we don't get the money that we really needed from this race with that bad finishing position. So it takes us to 73,000 overall in our bank account, but again, just not where we want to be to get that next crucial upgrade. Because not only do we want to get to the playoffs, but we want to make sure that we have a chance to win the championship. Doesn't mean we'll necessarily have a strong enough truck to actually get it, but that's what we're shooting for. All right, so 19 more fans. Closing in on 700 fans, and another message.
Hey, don't worry about your last race. It happens to everyone. Stay positive, stay focused, and you'll be fine.
Stay focused, you'll be fine. All right, hey, we got some good news. We've got a couple of good Twitter messages. Dalton Sargent, who's already a good friend, Harrison Burton, headed that direction. We will certainly take that. And let's see what is next on the agenda. Okay, we're going back to the Extreme Dirt Tour. And wow, this guy is really working hard. Nope, still 3 teams there in the truck. So I'm not sure what else he had done for us at that particular time. All right, so when we come back next time, we'll be headed to Las Vegas. Of course, we'll be simulating that race, but hey, we'll take all of that money that we can possibly get because we need to upgrade our truck even more so that we can get prepared for the playoffs. So that'll do it for now. Thank you very much for joining me, and stay tuned as we'll continue our gameplay series in NASCAR Heat 3.